oh, my business, this,
that
that.
proves what I've been saying. Men must provide value to the point where women can have the privilege of saying, oh, I'm not that horny all the time. I don't really want to fuck. No, the reality is this. You're not attracted to that guy that much. However, he provides you some other auxiliary benefits. Maybe he makes money. Maybe he gives you security. Maybe he listens to your bullshit feelings and listens to you talk about yourself.
Bullshit
Whatever
feelings.
it is.
Bullshit.
Bullshit feelings
Bullshit.
a lot of the times. But the thing is what I'm trying to say is that men have to offer utility to the point where women have the privilege of saying, oh, I don't have to fuck him, but I get value out of him. Men don't have that privilege. When we deal with y'all, if we're not fucking with y'all,
I disagree.
if a man is with a woman and he's not fucking her, she's effectively almost useless. And if you don't, once again, ask the guys here, how many of y'all been on a date with a bitch you don't like? We don't do that shit. You guys do that shit. Why? Because women are able to extract value from men that they don't like. The thing is this, y'all don't like me putting y'all feet to the fire. You want us to provide value to you while you don't have to provide value to us. Fuck that shit. I'm over here waking guys up. If a girl ain't fucking you, you kick her to the curb. She's effectively useless. That's why guys sit here in the friend zone. How many of y'all have it doing in the friend zone right now? Every one of y'all probably has it doing in the friend zone right fucking now. I don't got no bitches in the friend zone because women are useless most of the time if they're not sucking your dick. And that's the God honest truth. You think men really care about your opinion or what you think or your views on things? No.
Some guys do.
We're talking to a brick wall here.
I'm just saying, like, oh, I want to fuck her. I want to see what this is that. Like, some guys are actually interested in the girl's mind, like, and what she's about, not just her, the JJ.
Is that what he told you?
Yep.
A lot of men have told me that. I've not a lot of men hit.
He's trying to smash you. That's why.
It's okay, and then he's not going to, and he's still gonna want to do this, that. But
because
some guys are attracted to a woman's mind. It's not just about sex.
So what you were saying about oxygen and validation in relationships. So what is our oxygen in relationships is the emotional validation, right? So they both go hand in hand.
Sure,
like
then we're not a good match. And you were withholding sex,
that's
and I'm out.
Right.
It's really simple. It's like why the Jonah Hill thing made no sense to me at all. Jonah Hill said, if these are the things you want, this isn't going to work for us. That wasn't manipulative. He has the right to fucking leave. The two of you who said you went on a date with a guy and he was too nice and then you didn't have sex with him. Do you understand from our standpoint, we're looking at this. You want to know how I know you didn't like him? Because you didn't have
but why do I have to have sex with him? Just because he bought me something?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. No, you're proving my point. I totally agree with you. You're
twisting my words around. I said,
me too, and I said he was nice.
He was nice.
Me
That's
too.
why I went on the date with him. I didn't say I didn't fuck him because he was nice. I said I was not sexually attracted to him.
Totally. But my point is, you didn't pursue a relationship with him because you didn't like him. And the way you show that, the outer sign of that is you didn't have sex with him.
He showed things that I didn't want in a man I
agree with you, but I was talking about the two girls who said the thing that was nice. In your situation,
I said he was too nice for me.
No.
He gave me the ick. Sorry.
Yeah,
but hold on. That does not disprove the fact that each and every one of you, I guarantee, has been out with a guy that you didn't like that much. You went out with him anyway because maybe you got a free dinner, maybe you got a cool experience that you might have not been able to do on your own, maybe you just were bored. The point I'm trying to make is that women go out on frivolous dates with men that they don't like because men offer value regardless. Women, on the other hand, don't. That's what I'm trying to say. If y'all ain't fucking, you guys are useless. And if you don't believe me, let's say all of you guys lost your vaginas tomorrow. Let's see how you would keep a man. You wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I will.
Yeah,
did all the other women
it's not always about that. I have a lot to me besides my vajayjay.
You have a lot to offer just besides that.
It depends on all of you here can agree. If you really like a guy, like you like him like a lot, genuine desire, you go to the park with him. You could go to a friggin' Ferris wheel. He don't got to spend a lot of money. But I want to say the short term, you like him in a genuine way. You want to smash him. You do want to. So on some level, like when it's genuine, real desire, you want to smash her.
To that point.
Yeah, when it's genuine.
Hold on. If you lost your vagina tomorrow, how would you keep a nigga around? We'll start here. Go ahead.
My personality is actually very great. I have a lot to me. I'm smart. I'm funny. I can put a lot into something besides my coochie.
But you're not D1.
Oh my god.
Okay. You said you have a personality. What else?
I'm funny.
Okay.
I'm smart. I'm pretty.
Funny? I mean, pretty, yeah.
Okay, but he can't smash though, so does it pretty debatable?
But why is I have to be pretty if you smash? Like I have a lot more than just.
What would you do if you didn't have a vagina? How would you keep a guy around?
What that mouth do?
All you want is vagina. Why? Why you talk about this so much?
Okay, so she knows. What about you? What would you do if you lost your vagina? How would you keep your husband?
A bunch of acts of service, cook for him, pet for him. Like, there's a lot of value that we have. So I wanted to say something about your. Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to say something to your
Fuck
point
your
that you
mate.
said about you don't have to spend a lot of money, and the girl really likes you, she will want to have sex with you, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying about the emotional needs. So he can be paying for all your bills and whatever it is, but if that emotional connection isn't there, you don't want to have sex with him. So a lot of time I
agree.
feel like men forget that for us, like there is a deeper connection that is needed. So what do you want? Do you want your wife to have sex with you without her enjoying it? You want your wife to be wet, like for lack of a better word. You want her to enjoy it. You want her to enjoy it with you. And yes, sometimes she might not enjoy it and she do it because she loves you, right? But if she's doing it out, even though she doesn't feel it, it's because you're fulfilling her emotional needs.
But
You know what? My emotions are really down. I'm not paying the bills this month.
Yeah.
But no, you just said it. Sometimes you don't really feel it, but out of duty for your husband, you're gonna do it. And you read the verse Corinthians.
If I feel that I'm loved, right?
Yeah, but once again,
I don't feel like I'm loved. I'm not paying the mortgage this
this
month.
You're gonna do it.
I don't feel the love.
because you love your man. Even when you're tired, when you don't feel like doing it.
Yep.
I don't feel the love, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it. So I'm just not gonna pay the bills this month. Can you
Yeah.
cover it?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Cool.
All right.
She you won't pay the bills and she doesn't have a vagina?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, she is fucked, bro.
Yeah,
That is
literally,
terrible.
like, yeah, man. I'm just the problem is that whenever women say I need to feel an emotion and blah blah blah, like the issue with that is that emotions change minute to minute based on your period, etc. Women are emotionally erratic. They're never consistent every single day. Their moods always change. So you're telling me that I need to go ahead and base one of the cornerstones of my happiness, sexual fulfillment, on how you feel? That's crazy to me.
Wow.
Because guess what? Your security isn't contingent upon how I feel. If someone breaks into the house, no matter how I feel, I got to protect you. If we need to go ahead and pay a bill, it doesn't matter how I feel. I got to fucking pay for it. If I'm the man and I'm supposed to be the man of the house and the leader, it doesn't matter how the fuck I feel. I fulfill my duty. But women, on the other hand, want to feel like they don't have to do their duty. And that's where I'm saying I'm calling bullshit on that. It's not a fair trade. Why is it that I have to be a man at all times, but you can pick and choose when you want to be my wife? That's bullshit. If you're going to play that game, cool. I'm going to have 5 other bitches. That's how we're going to do it.
And I get what you're saying regarding emotional connection and it being something.
Fuck
of value.
emotions.
No, hold on. I'll go somewhere with this. However, that means every time we argue or get upset, you don't want to fuck me, which is fucked up because then that means you're contingent upon how you feel, which means it won't happen a lot. So is that really dutiful to your husband?
Right. So
or how you feel about it?
So the relationships are such a big work that you need to have a set of rules, right? So maybe, and that's really up to each relationship, you know, like. But it's for real. The thing is, I don't think people that don't have a long-lasting relationship can talk about a long-lasting relationship, right? Because they haven't had it. So how can, for example,
3 months?
3 years.
You just got married.
3 months.
But we've been together for 3 years.
3 months.
That's barely
3 years.
anything, man. That's barely.
3 months.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
3 years, right? So in order for me, even though to get to those 3 months being married and to get to being married, there was a lot of work that needed to be done because it's just how can we just put like things as just black and white when even you guys, Myron, you're saying that, oh, maybe I'm not feeling like I want to pay the bills today, right?
Yeah.
So what about you making just if she's feeling safe and she's feeling that sometimes like you're listening to her constantly and maybe the relationship is not going to be perfect, right? But if overall you're fulfilling your needs and she's fulfilling her needs too, the relationship is a success, right? That's it. You cannot put things black or white and then she just doesn't have sex with you, kick it to the curb. If she's using sex as a weapon, definitely get a divorce. Don't be with her. Don't be with her.
See, what you're missing though is that men are very simple and our needs are typically pretty much black and white.
True.
But you keep going back to your needs. I'm telling you, men's needs in general are fairly black and white. We're very simple across different socioeconomic classes, whatever. Men are very simple. You keep looking at things through a female lens. How I feel.
And you keep looking at things from a masculine lens. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
So how can we talking about all these problems, but we're not talking about the solutions?
Look at it from the male. Hold on, we should look at it from the male lens because the men are the ones giving relationships out. So it probably behooves you to understand what men want because we already know what the fuck women want.
No.
You guys make that very apparent in all your music and popular culture. We know what women want, but we don't necessarily know what men want. And I would argue most women don't care what men want. I'm telling you, men are very simple. What we want is typically linear. It is black and white. You're the one that's complicating it. I don't know if I feel this way today and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying men don't have that privilege of saying, I don't feel like it. We have to be a man at all times. And you guys want to go ahead and pick and choose when you want to be a dutiful wife. And I'm saying that's cool. I'm not arguing for you guys not being able to exercise things on your prerogative. That's fine. But what I am saying is that men need to put consequences on that shit. You don't want to fuck? Fantastic. You're effectively single now.
But you're talking about just one time? Like,
right. Can you be more specific?
Okay, because here's the thing. When your girl isn't fucking you, 9 out of 10 times, it's like a long-term thing. It's a drought. Right? She just isn't feeling you and she just withholds sex from you or she uses it as a weapon for some type of behavior.
Yeah.
Once a woman weaponizes sex against you, it's a wrap.
Done. Is it disrespect?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what most women do. They weaponize sex. And I'm just telling guys not to tolerate that shit.
To make it clear though, once or twice when it's not back to back is fine because obviously people get tired.
Thanks for clarifying.
We're talking about a long period of time. Let's say 3 weeks, for example.
Okay,
that's y'all
is the same thing as weaponizing,
and
as weaponizing financial support. If you're weaponizing it, and I feel like I can pay the bills today, but not tomorrow, you're also like being abusive.
But how did it start though?
But how did it start for her?
Women typically weaponize sex first.
Yep.
But why?
How do you feel?
Okay. So you guys been saying, "Oh, we're really simple."
Why? That's like me saying, "I don't want to pay the bills."
No,
do you give a fuck why I'm saying
does
why?
matter. Myron, you bring it up a lot that it is like 70% of divorces are started by women.
Yes,
right.
Like 80%.
Right, exactly. So did you know that 85% of women initiate counseling? So we're a lot.
Right.
So
most people don't go to counseling. Like not even 10% of couples go to counseling.
Which is really sad because we haven't been taught as human beings to be in a healthy relationship.
Okay.
And not only that, going to counseling, they do it in bad faith. They go to counseling because they know that it'll allow them to get a better.
Not necessarily.
They can say, "Oh, I need to initiate this divorce because we tried counseling, it didn't work."
Yeah.
No, because so did you get a mentor maybe for real estate or something like that at any point? Maybe for business or something?
No, I pretty much did the real estate myself.
Okay, that's great. Kudos to you. But in general, if you can get a mentor in any type of thing, your chances of being successful are going to be higher, right? So that's one of the things that I think, and people don't really talk about it, that people go to counseling when it's too late. And I've been reading, I read a lot about relationships and human biology and the brain and psychology because I really want to have great relationships, not just with my husband, but with everyone around me. And like you were saying, men are really simple. Actually, no. Like,
yeah, they moody too. They get a little moody too.
The reasons why we get moody are very, very binary. Like you can understand, we are hungry. We stubbed our toe. We lost a job. It is not like I didn't have a random feeling of panic because I was driving home at some point and a fucking song came on. That's not how it works. It's not complicated. Do you have an example of how men are complicated?
Well, it's just we all are emotional beings, and I
but ours are not difficult to discern. I tell this to every girl that I meet. I'm like, hey, they're like, are you mad at me? I'm like, I will tell you I'm mad at you when I'm mad at you. You will never ever have to fucking worry. I promise you, it'll never be a mystery. But yeah, I will tell you if I'm upset. Okay, I don't think, especially alpha men, I don't think that they're complicated at all. Do you think they are?
I think certain men to a certain degree. Some of them you could have been, like you said, in a relationship. You said 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you said, oh, I'll kick you to the curb or something. I'm not going to pay the bill for 3 weeks. All right, if you don't want to have sex, right?
I would just be like, hey, let's just not see each other.
I was just using your logic and because y'all are saying we should be able to withhold sex whenever we want. I'm like, okay, well, I should be able to withhold provisioning whenever I want.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that we should be able to withhold sex anytime. Nobody said that.
A woman shouldn't have to have sex on your terms. Like it's a mutual agreement. That's what we said.
Yes, you are under zero obligation to fuck the guy.
No, that's not. It's a mutual agreement. Like she said, do you want your woman to enjoy it or you want her to lay there and not have a good time just because you want to get a nut off?
And
like
he said, wait. He said he doesn't enjoy paying bills.
Yeah.
But he still does it in the first place.
Like, bro, like, see, the thing is, again, this is what I always do. I love to use logic back on them, and then you guys realize how ridiculous it sounds, and then you're like, but wait, no, hold on, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, if you have the ability to pick and choose when you want to get laid, which is cool, fine. I should have the ability to pick and choose when I want to be a man and pay the bills and take care of you.
I
When
think
you
what
say
we're
that
saying
statement,
is
you're
that
making it black or white.
I think what we're trying to say is that we're not saying that we don't want to have sex with you at all or whatever like that.
Exactly.
Remember, it's life. Things go through things. We have menstruals. People die. We have all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That goes on. And so I'm just keeping it real.
All right,
like, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Like, let's so for you to say you don't want to pay bills because you don't want to pay a bill because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't have sex with you.
My mom died,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? So
No. I'm going through it too. But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
You want to play that?
no, I'm not. I'm just no.
Because you're
just
talking about like, hey, you go through stuff, menstrual cycle, blah blah blah. A man's life is way harder than a woman's life. Way harder.
Yeah, Myron, but you don't have these these emotional hormonal cycles going inside of you. Like you don't
Actually-
know what it is to be differently.
Men get periods too, by the way. Tell us about you guys.
I have a hormonal cycle.
No,
Just saying.
no, different hormonal
I have a pretty good hormonal cycle.
You guys have a 24-hour hormonal cycle. Your guys move on testosterone, right? Your balls are not sleeping. Your balls are constantly producing testosterone, right?
Fully awake, yeah.
But
Chris, can you check on
but
that?
no,
for me?
okay,
Wait,
go
what?
ahead. Check it.
They're not sleeping.
No. So, but on the contrary, a woman's hormonal cycle, it's 28 days, and I've had to do a lot of internal work for when I have my period or before my period, then I feel like I'm going crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
But that's
So
not the
I'm
point. We're
like,
talking
okay,
about
I'm not
3
gonna-
weeks.
yeah.
We're talking about
Right.
3 weeks and no actual explanation. You just decide to not have sex with
No,
someone.
that's-
I think
that's
it's a
abuse.
horrible warning sign.
It
Now,
is.
going back to what you said before, why are men complicated like women?
No,
do not
I didn't
understand this
say
at all.
that. I didn't say that.
Okay,
I
so
said
anybody else think men are complicated? Because if you
Not
think men are complicated, I'm
complicated.
telling you,
We're
you're just fucking a dude who's lying to
No.
you. That's what's going
Yeah.
on. Men are
We're
not
deep.
complicated.
We're deep. What I wanted to say is we're deep human beings. Men or women, we're deep human beings that we go through emotional things that most of us have some kind of emotional trauma because of our parents or because of our environment.
I agree.
Right. So that's what I mean.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. But men experience way more trauma. Men experience a way harder life than women do. So if we want to play the sympathy game of who has a harder experience, men absolutely have a harder experience than women, especially in the modern day age. So you know what? Let me not pay the bills because I'm going through trauma.
No.
Wow. So you're weaponizing
You can't win this,
it.
bro.
I'm not.
You guys,
You're
look,
weaponizing it.
ladies. See, here's the thing. Women lack logically sound skills, debating things in logic, right? I'm just using your same arguments and the functional equivalent back on you, and you guys don't know how to respond because you want to be able to hold all the leverage and pick and choose when the guy fucks and all this. I want to go off how I feel, blah, blah, blah. But if I use your excuse for me not being a man, y'all will look at me like I'm crazy.
No, if you're going through trauma, like if you have a good woman, she should be able to cover the bills if you don't feel like if you can't pay them for some reason. It's a relationship.
How long is that gonna last?
How long?
How long are you finna be in your feelings? Like
maybe I might need
any human being has a responsibility of getting themselves out of the dark spot. Because
all I'm saying
a woman or a man
is that every excuse that y'all have doesn't work because men live harder lives than women, so a nice try. Men have more burden of performance than women, so nice try. Men have to bring way more to the table than a woman does, nice try. Men have to add more value than a woman does to be in a relationship in the first place, nice try. So all y'all have to do is fuck, and if you don't do that, you're effectively useless.
Myron, you cannot talk about like completely remove the value of a woman like that. Like the fact that I agree 100% that you guys go through hard.
I'm not removing the value. I'm saying your predominant value is based on sexuality. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So if you're saying that if you're saying that like you're sorry, I got stuck.
Yeah,
no, okay. When you were waiting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Computer lag.
Listen, I'll read something.
So what if you're I remember what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I agree with the fact that men have harder lives, but you cannot just say like, oh, just because I have a harder life than you, then your trauma is not valid. Like it doesn't work like that. So because I have a better life than someone in
your trauma can be valid, but at some point, I've met girls before. I'm like, wow, this girl's great, and then the trauma comes out, and it's like, hey, I don't hate you. You're not a useless person, but we don't need to be in a fucking relationship. So you go that way, and I go this way. because I have the freedom to do that, and there's nothing wrong with it. Again, I'm going back to the Jonah Hill thing. Jonah Hill said, "You're doing things I don't like, and I don't want to be with you anymore." And everyone was like, "How dare you tell this woman to not dress like that?" It was ridiculous. So no, he has the right to do that. By the way, if the Jonah Hill thing is bad, does that not make every single Muslim man a problem? Every traditional Muslim man would ask the same thing from his woman. Am I wrong? And I'm saying this as a Christian. I'm saying this as a Christian. Is that not correct? That was always just very confusing to me. Like that means that's the problem. We have the right to leave if we want. Does that make sense? You have the right to have your trauma. You have the right to have your trauma, and I have the right to leave. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. That's why communication is key. You keep it honest in the beginning, but a lot of us don't do that. We lead people on. Yep. That's why we go down the path that we are, like Myron saying. That's why,
it's easier to leave than to work on
every
it.
single syllable.
Women don't want honesty though.
Yeah. It hurts. It definitely hurts.
I'm learning that.
I know you're saying communication, but women
yeah.
don't want the truth.
Yeah, I learn that more and more every day, dude. That is absolutely.
That's why niggas lie, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear every syllable.
And that's why the shit keep recycling itself. That right there, everyone's lying to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn.
And in modern society,
I think women lie way more than men do, though.
Yeah, facts.
You disagree? You want to date with a nigga that spent $1,300 at Komodo, and you didn't tell him I'm not gonna fuck you before the date.
Yeah.
Well, it's called giving a person a chance, seeing if we have chemistry first, right? Give them a chance. Some girls just ghost and don't give a damn about you. At least
was there a chance? Was there a chance before?
Yeah, you spent $1,300.
There was you felt like
hell, I
there was
didn't know the bill was gonna be $1,300.
No.
Women lie, men buy, literally.
Oh wait.
I think it's both love.
Wait, hold on.
Everything. Hold on. No, I'm just gonna say this shit. Everything about the female existence is a lie. Makeup. We don't know when you're on your period. We don't know when you're in heat. We don't know if you're pregnant or not. Everything about the female mystique is about fucking lying. Wearing extensions, wearing nails, not showing interest in a guy, going out with guys that you don't give a fuck about because you're trying to get a free dinner, whatever. Like everything about the female existence is a lie to a degree. Women have to be deceptive in a lot of their practices because women are the inferior sex physically. So what do they have to do? They have to be the superior sex mentally and cognitively. So they have to use deception to attract the opposite gender and retain the opposite gender because you guys don't have the strength to beat us physically. So women connive a lot of guys. If I took 100 women, I guarantee 90 of them have probably been on dates and finessed a dude out of that date. However, if I line up 100 dudes, maybe 10 of them had been able to finesse a woman. Men are not able to connive women to the same degree that women connive men. And that's because the whole female psyche is centered around deception. Everything about y'all is deceptive. Makeup, lashes, heels, tight dresses, the surgeries, etc. Boobs. Being on your period. We might not know it. Being in heat. Everything about female, the female psychology is deceptive to a degree. Going on dates with niggas y'all don't like. Like, come on, man.
So that deception could probably attract somebody, but it's not going to keep anybody.
Yeah, I don't think any guys care. I think they just want to hit. Ladies, if any of you lied about being on your period, be truthful. At any time, at any point in your life, you have lied. You've lied about being on your period. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that's crazy.
You can lie about being on your period and get out of a lot of things.
Not just for sex and stuff. Like I lied about being on my period to get out of class.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in general, not just to get out of doing that.
You know how I would get them if that ever came up?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, I'm on my period." I'm like, "Perfect. I don't stop at red lights."
Bro,
what?
You gonna fuck a girl on her period?
And then what you have to do is she's actually on her period. What are you gonna do?
But then, how is it if you're lying or not?
I didn't understand.
Because if you're lying, you're gonna be like, "Okay, well."
So you basically just want her to show you that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call you.
Show me the blood.
How do you want her to show you?
No. As like, if she's like cool with it, then it's like okay. But if she's not, it's like, oh well.
Some girls are okay with fucking on their periods. That's
hey.
Get your rings.
Hey.
Would you be okay with a girl showing you that's her on her period?
No. Again, it's just a statement.
He's just talking in general.
Cause her to either fold or to.
He said if she's down, then that means
like
she's on her period. If she's not down, then she's not on her period.
But Fresh, I'm curious. Why would a girl go on a date when she's on her period?
Why
There's so much logic in this room. There's so much logic, bro. This is crazy.
Hold on. I'll tell y'all why. Because it's what I said before. Men have to offer value to women, and it doesn't have to be sexual for women to deal with us. But for you guys to offer value, it must be sexual for us to deal with you. That's the difference. That's the difference. So everything about the female psyche is a lie.
Crickets.
So y'all have anything to rebut that?
Yeah. So you talk about women, and I've seen some of your videos talking about high body counts and all these things. So just because you're going on a date with somebody and you're just trying to get to know them and vet them for the future, so that it's just implicit that you're gonna have sex with them.
No, it's not that. I'm saying that women will go out on a date with someone that they don't like and still be able to extract value, but men don't.
To use your question, you said like you're gonna go on a date on your period. That's what you said just now.
Yeah, I didn't say that. No, Chris asked. Chris proposed the question: why do women go out on dates with their period? And then I answered it by saying that because men offer utility outside of sex.
No, but what if you want to get to know the guy? You're in your period, and so you're not gonna go on a date just because you want to get to know the guy. That proves my point.
Men offer utility outside of sex. You want to get to know the guy because women enjoy male attention. Women are able to extract value from men even when there's no sex involved. We are not really able to extract value from y'all unless there is sex involved. I mean, I don't know why you guys don't understand this.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
How does it not make sense?
No, it makes no sense.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, how does it not make sense? Please explain.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
How does it not make sense?
It doesn't.
Because
what's your reasoning for it not making sense?
Because you're saying that like the whole point of going on a date is to have sex, like at the end of the date, like
from the male perspective.
Okay, from the male perspective, but as a woman, we go out on a date because we're trying to, like she said, we're trying to get to know you. We're not, I'm gonna go out on a date with him so I can fuck him.
What I just said.
We could get to know you.
Hold on.
If you want to be in a relationship and y'all want, you know what I mean? Like,
did you not hear what I said a second ago? Literally like 60 seconds ago, I said women are able to extract value outside of just sex, attention, etc., which is getting to know the guy, talking to the guy. Okay. That's what I just said.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Yes, I am listening.
I don't think you are.
Okay.
Because if you were listening, that would have made sense. I wouldn't have to have just repeated myself.
But that just comes to show how different we are. Because for the things that make a lot of sense for you, for us that we're women, and you have had a lot of women that disagree with all these things, it just doesn't make any sense because we're different beings. I mean, that's okay.
No.
That's why God created us this way.
It's because women a lot of times lack logic, reasoning, and deductive problem solving skills. That's the real reason why y'all can't understand what I'm trying to say here.
Well,
women lack logic a lot of the times.
Definitely, you men are better at that, like 100%. 100%. But that's why we are more emotional beings. Like the reason, don't you think? But don't you think that's crazy? Like I didn't invent them myself. I came from God, and all of you came from God, right? So there's a reason why there's a reason why this being created these two beings that are so completely different to join and to be together. Don't you think that's something crazy? Like you were literally polar opposites, but at the same.
Yeah, he's not disagreeing that men and women are different. Yeah. Why do you think women are more emotional than men? If you were going to guess, like from an evolutionary standpoint, why do you think?
Because we need to bond with our children.
That's exactly right. You need to love your kids to an irrational level, like willing to jump in front of a train, right? But with men, what do we have to do in order to have kids? We have to compete with other men, which requires logic and reasoning. So it's not that, like, if you look at IQ tests, men and women actually score about the same average, but men are outside the first standard deviation more often. With women, though, like, it's one of these situations where it's not that you're not smart, it's that you're smart, but you have all these added emotions that go with it.
Right.
Why? Because you need an irrational level of like craziness to protect your kids. Yes. And that's what we want in a good woman. Does that make sense? Yes. But for me, I got to worry about this guy trying to kill my tribe. This guy, I got to make this money. I got to this burden of performance to do this. I have to protect these people. So that's the reason why it's an evolutionary adaptation. That's why we're different.
Here's the other thing too. I give a very logically sound argument for why a lot of you guys are wrong, yet you guys are responding to me with emotion versus being able to back up what you're saying. I mean, this conversation in itself proves that women lack deductive problem solving and logically sound skills.
Or does it prove that we're just different?
It proves that you guys literally don't have rationale and logic.
Or does it prove that we're just different?
We're not arguing that we're different.
Yeah, but hold on. But being different shows that you don't have logic and rationale, which is what I'm trying to say. You're different, but you're different because you don't have logic and rationale.
I mean, if you want to look at it that way,
incredible.
No.
Some chats here.
Chats. And fucking incredible, man. We're different. Okay, yeah, you're different because you don't have logic and rationale. But wait, no, we're different. That's what I'm saying.
No one's arguing that. Okay, we got some more chats here, man.
Yo, man.
You been saying the same shit over and over again.
Yo, man. Yo. Thank God, bro.
World's coolest nerd. Ready?
Oh, you got no. I'm just in my head.
Let's go.
Yo, man. Yo, this is why. Thank God that men are in positions of power and leadership, man. Like women, bro. Like, goddamn, man. If women ran the world, we would be fucking done. Could you imagine? I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna nuke Russia. Bro, what the hell?
That's like the simplest thing to say about a woman.
What was that? What?
I feel like a lot of people say that, like, oh, women can't be presidents because all of a sudden our emotions will make us nuke a country. Like, that's not That's not how it works. Like
It's not
I don't know.
far-fetched though.
I guess it's just different type of women. I feel like y'all are trying to categorize every like women as one. There's different types of women.
Yeah, but in general, women don't have the same emotional control that men do.
True. You're saying in general, still generalizing all women in one category.
Women.
Well, we're talking about women
The world operates on
countries.
generalities, though.
Question.
That's how the world works. The world works on generalities. Like human beings are way more similar than you guys think. Only in this crazy first world American society that we live in do we go ahead and run around and say everyone's special. We are way more alike than y'all actually think.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. You go on a plane trip to Jamaica, right? 2 options for captain: a woman on her period, or just an average man. What would you choose?
Wait, what'd you say?
Can you repeat that?
So we're going to Jamaica on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 options for a pilot: woman on a period, or just an average guy.
Why does it matter though?
That's what I'm saying. That makes no sense.
I wouldn't matter who my pilot is as long as they can fly the plane and I get
They both
to
can.
A and B safely. Then it doesn't matter who
One is a
flies
period,
it.
one doesn't.
It doesn't matter
Guy
if
and
she's
girl.
on her period and she drives a plane. What is she gonna have like a cramp?
She's gonna fuck around the plane. She's gonna land in Havana.
Your plane.
Y'all just don't know how like.
All right, you're about to get a heart transplant. We'll make it simpler. You're about to get a heart transplant. Would you prefer your surgeon to be a man or a woman?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay,
If they
cool.
have
Whoever most board certified.
I'm
the one that gets the job done.
It doesn't matter. Cool. What about you, Miss Ukraine? Would you prefer a man or a male or a female surgeon if you're going under heart surgery?
Oh, well, I have seen a lot of talented women and a lot of talented and stupid men either. So I know that men also can be emotional, especially if they didn't have a girlfriend for a long time.
Okay.
Like in this case, we have seen recently. So
Or if they invaded your country. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Can we not talk about that? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can't talk about that. I apologize. I apologize. Sorry.
So which one would you prefer, the male or the female surgeon?
both are good. Both are good.
It's like me. She don't care.
I don't care.
They're trying to make a point on
Yeah.
this situation. What about you? What would you prefer, male or female surgeon?
Same. Either or.
Yeah.
As long as they got,
As long as they get the job done.
as long as they know what they're
Okay.
doing.
Know what they're
That's
doing.
all that
Yes,
matters. It
exactly.
doesn't matter female, male. It doesn't
You
matter.
say that now, but what is life or death? You were saying that.
Yeah.